96.7 The Beat, the A's, hip-hop, and R&B. What's going down, ATL? I'm Moran Tha Man. I'm in the presence of Lil Mama. How you doing?
I'm doing absolutely fine now that I'm with you.
Absolutely. I'm happy to hear that you're doing fine. And on behalf of Atlanta, I just want to take the time out of my life to tell you thank you for that amazing role you did as Left Eye. You really did your thing. I just wanted to personally tell you thank you.
Thank
Real
you.
talk. You are more than welcome. How's everything going with Lil Mama? You all right?
Everything is good. I'm a little tired. I've been up since like 4 in the morning.
Okay.
3:30.
Okay.
To prepare for glam and had a party last night to promote growing up hip hop. So I'm a little tired, but I'm very excited. I'm in a great space in my life. I'm happy, and yeah, it's just it's so much possibility out there. So I'm ready to get to it.
That's real. That's real. Because you saying you were up all night because you were working. You know what I'm saying? You weren't up all night. I don't know, slaying. Being miserable, right?
No.
So you're in a good space. Overall, you're in a good space.
Yeah, I wasn't up being miserable. I wish I was up all night with you, but
me?
Yeah.
Why me of all people? Like you just met me.
Prior to knowing you.
Prior to knowing me. All right, that's cool.
I wish that I knew you.
You wish you knew me, little old me. That is.
I wish I knew you before today and that I was up all night because of you.
Well, I was gonna come to the premiere, but due to the fact that I got allergies and I'm lame, I had to take care of myself.
Oh man, you changed fate.
Hey, I just had to keep it 100. I couldn't be all about your premiere coughing and sneezing.
Oh yeah, you would have never got me sick.
Absolutely, that's the point.
I'd have been like, ew.
Yeah,
Can
can't have that.
Get him?
Can't have that. Can't have
get
that.
Him
can't
a
have
net.
that. Yes.
You'd have the whole. I would have ordered you a whole body net.
Yeah, and I don't want nobody to get sick because it wasn't about me. It's about y'all. So, so you've had a lot going on in your life. You're coming back with your music, but I don't think anybody expected you to do reality TV, which is nothing wrong with that. So, how did you get into growing up hip hop?
Well, it all started the day I was born.
Okay. In Harlem.
I was born in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Oh, born in Brooklyn, raised in Harlem?
Absolutely.
Other way around, my bad. Okay.
I knew I was going to be a star.
Okay. So how that translate into reality TV?
Right. The way I got involved with the show, with Growing Up Hip Hop, was because it was the most fitting reality show for me to be a part of. And I was approached to do the show like, hey, would you like to be a part of it? Since you're going to be working on your album in Atlanta and, we just want to, cover you doing that. Absolutely. And I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. Because I feel like this is a great platform for a lot of people who, have been in the backdrop of famous parents in hip hop.
Right.
And just telling their stories and showing what they're doing career-wise now. It's also a great platform for me because I grew up hip-hop and I'm first generation. So it kind of puts a spin on things from what they're used to. And, I'm not walking in the shadows of someone that you all know. My children will one day walk in mine.
Absolutely.
And, I get to tell my story and get to understand others.
Dope. So are you living here now? Or are you just working here?
I'm working and I'm renting. And, depending on the vibes, might have to give me a little house, some land.
You should.
And
how's Atlanta been treating you so far since you've been here?
Atlanta is Orlando. Was it Orlando or Atlanta? Which one?
This the city, bro.
This the city? Never. Like, come on, you trying to throw me under the bus and get me ran over?
This the city, bro.
You are disrespectful.
I know for a fact if I went to Harlem, it said something wrong. That's not Harlem.
You are destined.
No, like I was up in New York for full school day off. New York is so much respected. So
New York is well respected. So is Atlanta. It's a lot of great things that come out of both cities and
Facts.
all cities, especially the inner city because we got to get creative with things and
absolutely
and show people what we're made of. Coming from quote unquote nothing, but really is something because it's so much power and strength, right? And creativity. It's so much power and strength and just. I don't know, being inspired to keep going even through your hardships.
Yeah.
So coming to Atlanta, although it's a different backdrop from New York, it's amazing. Like I love the energy, I love the leaves, the green trees.
Y'all don't got that in New York.
I mean, it's not that many trees. My brother hates it. He's like, if you need oxygen and you need to breathe, why isn't there that many trees? You got to go to Central Park to breathe? Like, he's weird, but not really. He's not really weird, but he breaks stuff down. Like, when you keep cutting everything down and building city, it's like, are you taking away life? So to come out and drive for miles and miles and all you see is trees and stuff like that is kind of dope. I actually haven't yet, but would like to visit the botanical garden here because I hear it's very interesting.
Very dope. And I don't know how long you'll be here, but if I can make a suggestion, you should definitely visit the Trap Museum. T.I. just opened it up not too long ago.
That's dope.
Definitely should visit the Trap Music Museum
That would be
whenever
dope.
you get the opportunity.
I'm gonna do that my next go around because I'm about to visit.
I understand. So musically, because you're here to work, you're not here to just kick it and look cute. You're here to work.
Am I kicking it?
I mean, you tell me.
Am I looking cute?
You cool.
Don't play with me.
You cool. You cool. But musically, you're light years away from lip gloss. You are light years away from that. How would you personally describe your evolution?
Not much has changed. I'm still the same girl, busting through the door.
You still doing the G slide? Like you still doing that shit? Like
no. I mean, I feel like my music has evolved just as I have as a person, from teaching myself how to be a woman, a better woman. After my mother ascended in 2007, it was my biggest challenge. It was my greatest challenge. I always thought my mother would be there to see me through college and to see me marry and to see me have children and all of these great things, career and personal. So for that to take place, and then I'm just like looking around and trying to find answers.
Right.
I think that my music, my acting, hosting, producing, whatever it is that I'm putting myself into, it definitely elevates in a way where it's a reflection of the woman I'm becoming. So as I continue to grow, it continues to grow. And I mean, since lip gloss, my journey has just been like up, down, ins, outs. And I just roll with the punches. I think being from Brooklyn, being from Harlem, you learn that at a very early age. And then I guess at some point I got confused in thinking that I had friends in this business and people that really wanted to see me win. But for the most part, it's a group of people who want to win. And whatever they have to do, even if it's at the cost of your integrity, your life, your representation, they'll do it in order for them to win.
How would they do that? Because one thing I can say about you, you've always been very vocal about not selling out, not showing too much skin.
I love to show skin now.
Oh, cool.
I love the freedom of showing skin. It's amazing. Showing skin is good. It's good. It's real good.
I believe you.
And that's another thing too. Your perspective changes. As a human being, I feel like our perspective changed. Like, I love skirts. I love tops. I feel like I wasn't comfortable with my sexuality, so I would be like, and talk about all of this. Like, you know what I mean? And there's a way to do it.
Right.
There's a way to do it. I don't think pushing sexuality on people is a thing, in my personal opinion. But I think being comfortable with who you are and just walking in that, and if you're sexy and you might have on a halter top, a short skirt, boots, or shoes, or your earrings and your bracelets and your rings and all of that stuff, that glamorous, and you feel like that describes who you are, do your thing, because you're being yourself.
Absolutely.
But if you feel like you need to do that in order to get attention, you don't. It's not true. But I love being feminine. I love my gowns. I love my short dresses, everything. I love it. And I think being with my 5 brothers all my life, plus my male cousins, I naturally was a tomboy. There was no pressure to be a tomboy. There was just this thing that when I would put on something like girly, they'll either be like, oh, you look so cute, and tease me for looking so cute. Or they'll be like, ew, why are you wearing that? That's weird. That's not you. But it was me. And it's something that I wanted to do. So to answer that question, I do feel like I like looking sexy and pretty.
Dope. Shout out to you. You doing your thing out here. Does Lil Mama have any regrets?
Ooh, no, I don't. Let me see. Any regrets? Oh, I think my biggest regret of all times is, and I don't think it's really a regret, because I can look at it from both sides, is that no matter what I've ever gone through in my career, no matter what I've ever gone through in my personal life, I wish I was a strong enough person to continue to create music and put it out and talk about every moment. I think that there's some incredible artists like Biggie Smalls and Tupac and Left Eye and like people like even like Kanye West, who no matter what they go through, no matter what that point in their career is, it's reflective through their music. They talk about it, and it's like, oh, you remember when this happened? Oh, do you know that this record was about that? Oh my God, I didn't even pick that up.
Right.
But then it's like people get to go back to the crates and pull that music out and kind of be with you. You know what I mean? So I think that would be the biggest thing.
Okay. Fair enough. So how did you really transition into acting? Because you don't just wake up and whoosh, I'm Left Eye.
You do.
How so?
You wake up and whoosh, your left eye. It just happens like that. Nah. I think that it's just a matter of unveiling. I hope I'm using that term correctly. Unveiling your gifts, right? So it doesn't mean that I became an actress. I became respected as an actress.
Right.
Because my mother was always a movie fanatic. We watched movies growing up. I knew that I would act even when I first started with music. I knew that was a possibility for me and the people around me. It just took focus. It took me saying I'm ready to go into a room and impress a casting agent, and then to impress producers and the director and anybody that was involved with the film. And that was amazing. And that's how I got started with acting. I think when you have to go in and read for a role,
right,
that's a different story from you knowing.
Absolutely.
And sometimes it can break your confidence going in and reading for somebody because you know who you are. But it's like, oh, okay, you had this little segment, 2 minutes to come in the room and impress me. Why?
Yeah. It's different than going in a booth and just going ham.
You go in the booth and go ham, and then you also have takes. You create a comfort zone, even if some songs may take you 6 minutes, and then some songs may take you 6 hours.
Right.
Because it may be like, wow, it's on my mind, it's right there, I'm doing it, and that's it. And you leave it as is, you're confident within yourself. And then some things you may be like, wow, I really want this tone to be like this because this is how it was when I wrote it. And now I'm here in the studio and I want to get it right into that place, so let's get another take. Can't do that with acting. You come in that room, you think you about to get chance after chance, you're not. And then they're sorting through you and a whole bunch of other people, and you're hoping you get a role. And sometimes people can't even see your greatness because they're not giving you an opportunity.
I dig it.
That causes me to write and want to produce my own stuff.
Yeah, I can see that coming in the future because, despite everything that you've gone through, you can't just erase the work that you've done. You know what I'm saying? You were one of the faces behind the ringtone movement. You're killing the acting. You're on reality TV. I'm pretty sure it's a lot of people that's going to tune in to growing up hip hop because of you. So we can't just automatically erase everything that you
No, you can't erase me.
Word. So what is something that you got to do before it's all said and done? Like, what is one thing you just got to do?
Before it's all said and done, I have to open a dance studio.
Word.
In New York.
Okay.
I have to open a performing arts school for sure because that changed my life. Having a place to go outside of school. I always say that our parents once we start going to school, our parents, they don't even get 50% when it comes to raising us. Because there's this big gap, 8 hours that we're mandatory to spend with strangers who become familiar, our teachers, they become family. So now there's this community where you're in school for 8 hours. Then there's this next gap where it's like after school, if your parents work or they do anything like that, you're not just going to see them and spend all of this time. You got to do homework. You go outside. You chill with your friends. All of that stuff that happens in between school and home is like, what are your children doing in that time and how are they being shaped? For me, I'm from the hood, so we spent a lot of time outside.
Right.
And my brothers are very interesting. They're artists as well. And they always found programs. So I remember going to an after-school program where they played the game all day. And I was able to do fun stuff like, learn stocks.
What was that? What's wrong with that?
No, that's not really fun to everybody, but that was something that was fun to me.
I see, but it's benefiting you now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I saw that about you. Didn't say, I don't know, I was outside robbing people.
Yeah. No. My brothers were. At some point.
Oh, my bad.
You didn't mean to bark up that tree, but you did. And so.
I apologize.
No, you don't have to apologize because it's not something that I'm ashamed of.
Okay.
That's something that young men deal with when there's no father present in the home. Even if you have a father in your life, if he's not right there raising the boys look to the streets and they look for OGs and they look for guys to look up to. And these guys only 25, 30 probably didn't have a father raise them.
That's real.
And they give the best that they can. And sometimes it's not the greatest advice, you know? And with that being said, that's why I'm saying it was these performing arts schools that I was able to go to, from dancing to acting to writing, playing games, that helped me to think and see things past just the streets.
Right.
You know? And that helped me, and so now I want to help somebody that needs it right now, because I definitely was going like this. And there were people there not really in hip hop that were reaching back into our community. So I want to be one of those people that, I know Lil Mama, and then it's like she has a program. It's like I want to go and be a part. I want to give back to them.
Dope.
Stop kicking it.
She just want attention, y'all. So going back to your music, you have a song called Shoe Game. Talk to me about the inspiration. Like, where did this idea come from? Because you're talking about shoes, you're talking about men, you're talking about a lot. Where did the inspiration for this come from?
The inspiration for Shoe Game came from one day I was just being silly, and I was just like, my shoe game looking like my boo game looking like.
Oh my God, there it is. Oh my God. I got it.
No, for real. It was just like, I'm gonna lay it down. Like,
Word.
I know what works for me. I like creating music that comes to me organically because, you know, that's how you relate. When stuff just come. So that was that type of situation. And then when I was writing it and I was thinking about the concept, it was just like, the shoes are so important because you hear terms like, you can't walk a mile in my shoes, or those are big shoes to fill. And you think about the integrity and how you walk in life, right? And who you are and what you stand for, and that's important. So if my shoe game look like my boo game, that means that the man that I invest time into has to walk the way I walk, and you know what I mean, and see things from similar perspectives when it comes to morals and value as a human being. So, but it's a fun version of that.
Very fun.
It's not just like,
yeah, it's not woke.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always woke.
That's cool.
Except for when I leave here, I'm going to sleep. But
like when I hear it, like it's very reminiscent. Like it reminds you of like the Tambourine joint by Eve. Like it's very reminiscent.
And lip gloss.
Yeah,
people say that all the time. They're like, this is a Lil Mama record. They're like, you know, it's a Lil Mama record. What are you gonna do next? And when they ask me things like that, and that wasn't to deter away from Eve. I love Eve. She's inspired me so much. She was with one of the greatest groups of all time, Rough Riders, who produced some of the most amazing music. And she's transitioned from music into acting, and she continues to just break barriers. Being great, hosting shows, and just kept her class throughout it all. So I love Eve, and I truly am inspired by her. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I put that out there, because sometimes when you cut people off and you say something different, it could be like, oh, I'm not trying. Like,
it's
no,
cool. We know what
I
you
love
mean.
Eve.
You don't gotta explain yourself. You good.
Right.
You realize you in a safe place, right?
No, I'm always I just feel like it's not about who I'm talking to in front of me. There's millions of people that we're talking to right now as well, right?
Right.
And they're invested in our conversation. You say what?
I said I was referring to them too, because it's okay for you to, you know.
Yeah, but you gotta let people know. You gotta give people a piece of your heart, because if you just speak from an empty place, it can come off other than what you might mean. And if you don't take the time out to explain what you mean, you can't assume that people are reading your mind. And I learned that throughout my career. I've said things halfway, or I felt like, oh, I don't have enough time to express myself or to say what I need to say. I need to hurry up. So now I'm like cutting off a sentence and I'm running into something else, and it's just like, what are you talking about?
Right.
So now it's like I give myself the okay to complete my thought. Absolutely.
So growing up hip hop, coming to the screens pretty soon. what is something that we can expect from you? Like, what are we gonna see? Are you fighting anybody?
A lot of guns.
Okay.
A lot of guns, a lot of
All right.
butter.
Are you throwing like drinks on people?
No, a lot of guns, a lot of butter. I don't do drinks.
Okay, guns. All right, so that's gonna be different for a reality TV.
It might
That's
get
gonna be
wet,
different.
but it won't be champagne. You feel me?
All right.
No, I'm kidding. I'm just playing. I'm just a little cat.
Did that?
You can expect me taking on one of my biggest fears, which is, using my voice, my singing voice. My mother was an extraordinary singer. One of her favorite singers, Kelly Price, she comes on deck to help me vocally, getting to know people in Atlanta, the cast, and what that's like. Visits from MC Light, my mentor, giving me some words of wisdom, and also she catches up with some people in Atlanta and see how they feel about me being here. And some of those insights is, not the best insights. It's not so good. They think I'm mean. I don't know, because it's he, she. So I'll find out, just like you guys, what's really going on in the show when we watch it and see what's happening. But I'm definitely excited to be a part of it, to say the least.
Absolutely. Well, I just want to tell you congratulations on everything,
A little everything.
A little bit of everything, you know what I'm saying? You still making music, you still acting, you doing this new reality show, which I assume will be new for you.
It is new. It's a new space, and I like acting better, but I feel like I'm going to get used to letting people in. It just takes some warming up.
Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with warming up.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for pulling up on me, because you could have been anywhere else in the world, but
you're here with me.
Exactly.
And I wanted you to be with me last night, but unfortunately you were sick. That might have been a blessing in disguise.
It might have been.
Because we might have gotten in trouble.
Absolutely.
With the law.
And how?
Guns and butter, baby.
All right, okay. All right, well, we can leave it right there.
Okay.
So, Instagram, Twitter, SoundCloud.
Listen, my Instagram and my Twitter are both LILMAMA. To put the @ symbol in the beginning. This is a new era. We don't have to even do that anymore. It's my name. My Facebook is the same, Lil Mama, and also my YouTube channel, Lil Mama. Make sure you check out the video for Shoe Game.
Yes,
on my YouTube channel, and stream Shoe Game. Listen to the record, and last but most definitely not least, make sure you tune in on October the 11th, Thursday, to WeTV for Grown Up Hip Hop Atlanta.
Dope.
Season got to be.
Season what?
Season got to be, baby. This is the season.
All right, y'all tune in to see Lil Mama throwing drinks on people, fighting, doing all that crazy stuff.
I'm going to have to beat somebody up.
Yep. Doing all this, that, and the third. But thank you very much for pulling up and coming to see me. I really appreciate you. Just keep rocking, keep growing.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to keep rocking, and I'm going to keep going.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I'm Moran from 96.7 The Beat. We out this thing.